Welcome back to Squawk Box. It's a crisis taking the cyber world by storm. It's called ransomware, the latest situation taking place at an L.A. hospital, Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center, where hackers held up medical records in order to gain a ransom. The hospital paid the hackers, if you can believe this, $17,000 in Bitcoin to regain access to its own system. Joining us right now is Aaron Higby. He's PhishMe co-founder and chief technology officer, and we welcome him. This is such a wacky story, but apparently this is going on much more broadly than we even know about.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, ransomware has been with us for a number of years now. If you're not familiar with the way it works, you get a phishing email, something compelling. There's a big strain going on right now about an invoice that you need to click on. You click it, and then it starts encrypting your files on your computer. It can be particularly damaging, like for this hospital, if you have network attached storage or other drives that are connected. And the only way that you're going to get those files back is if you pay the attackers in Bitcoin a fee that will allow you to decrypt those files, to get that decrypted.
So there's no way to unencrypt? I mean, this goes back to the thing with Apple.
It absolutely does.
So if I hire you to help me, what can you do for me?
A few years ago, we could help you because the attackers weren't sophisticated in their use of encryption. The strains and variants that are going on today, we can't decrypt it. They are using proper cryptography, which is interesting, right? In the case of Apple and this national debate about encryption, we're not going to compel the attackers to put back doors in their software to allow us in. And so, yeah, this is.
So if I hire you, what can you do? What can you help me do except pay the ransom?
There's very little to do. So I can console you, unless you're Kanye West. I'm not going to help you. But that might be what you need to do. And if you look at the dollar amounts of what you're losing compared to other phishing and other large attacks, that might be what you need to do. It might save you more time to pay it.
How often do these attacks of scale happen? Because this one's obviously in the news because it involves LA Hospital, but also Bitcoin, which has an alarmist type tone to it. But do these happen all the time and we just don't talk about them?
Sure, it's an embarrassing thing because if you're prepared and you have your files backed up, you can recover it without paying the ransom. So by paying the ransom, what you're essentially saying is I wasn't backed up or I didn't have the time needed to unencrypt the files.
Right.
I mean, what if it was $1 million? I mean, $17,000, they just save a patient stay an extra day, make up $17,000. It's like $17,000 a day, half these places. So what if they said $1 million and they need that data to take care of their patients? What would they do? Would they pay the $1 million?
It's possible. I mean, the economics of this, from the attacker's point of view, they don't necessarily know who they're attacking. So they are trying to come up with a price point that they're going to profit from, because otherwise you're just going to abandon that.
So how does it work? So I get a phishing email, and a phishing email is one of these things that says, here's a Dropbox file or something you need to open, whatever it is. You click on it by accident. Then I get another message that says, we have the key for this. Pay us this amount.
It starts encrypting
what does it
your
look
files.
Like? Right.
And
when you say it starts encrypting, does the computer stop?
No, it's doing it silently in the background.
Right.
And it waits until it has enough files encrypted. Then it pops up a message, and it gives you very explicit instructions. It's telling you, your files are encrypted. Do you want the decryption key? Here are the payment instructions on how to
What files? Do you have any files? I don't think I have any files. Do I have any files?
Well, in the case of this hospital, they certainly
No, I don't mean them. I mean, they can't do it to us.
You might have photos that are very near
photos. Those are files,
to you.
Those are files.
So they would do my
But
photos.
they'd be backed up on the iCloud, potentially, or on Gmail. No? Not
they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, of course they are.
That's what you're doing today.
Yeah, right. How do you do that?
Weigh in on the Apple debate while you're here.
Sure.
Do you have a view on whether Apple should be forced or compelled to do this?
Absolutely. As a cybersecurity person, someone who cares about privacy, and as a business owner, there's ramifications all across here. So we're having a policy debate now that's being forced by this issue. And we have, terrorism and a terrible event that happened that's forcing this. I'm nervous at the outcome of this. In the case of these ransomwares, we're not going to compel them to decrypt it, but we're making businesses do this. Apple's a global company. We're a global company. And so other nations are watching, especially what happened with Merkel's cell phone, what we're doing. And if we misstep here, it could certainly impact Apple sales in other countries if we open up this path for our government.
Well, what do you say to the argument that somehow tech companies and technology now wants to be immune, if you will, from subpoenas and warrants? I mean, that's effectively they're building technology so that they could ultimately be immune from that. And every other analog parallel, if you will, that doesn't exist.
Well, it's not just tech companies. Individuals can do this, right? We can look at the NSA encryption standards, and if you're a talented programmer, you can do this. I guess the debate is that protected? You have information in your mind that you don't have to necessarily disclose if you were called. Is encrypting something, your data, the same thing? And that's really where this debate is headed.
Aaron, real quick, these ransom guys, are they based in the U.S. or where are they?
No. All evidence right now is pointing to Ukraine. The cyber gang that is sending out this current large strain of this ransomware emails they've had similar activities out of Ukraine.
Okay. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.